What is going on, my Cardano friends? It is your friend Jack here. In today's video, we're going over some news, some updates, and how Cardano is building for the long term. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. First things first, if you're staking your ADA, if you're holding your ADA, stake it. You can stake with the Jack stake pool to earn passive ADA on your ADA or any other stake pool out there. And honestly, the first piece of news I want to talk about is Ledger Live. Okay, if you don't have a Ledger, it's a hardware wallet. Highly recommend you get a hardware wallet because, as you may know, hot wallets are not so safe. The ones you don't have a hardware wallet for, the ones you just open up and sign a password, these are stored locally. The passwords are encrypted with that or the seed phrases are encrypted with that password. So do yourself a favor, get a hardware wallet, keep things safe, sleep easier at night. But also, because Cardano now has 100 more native assets or tokens integrated directly into Ledger Live, so you can manage throughout the bear market all of your mobile token, your Dana, soon to be anything else on Cardano, all the big ones, you'll be able to manage them directly on Ledger Live. So that's some pretty good news. There is actually a list of tokens that have been added to Ledger Live if you want to look at them here. Some of them are rug pulls, but likely this is just a cause and effect of Cardano's ecosystem getting a lot bigger, a lot more to keep track of, and a wallet's perspective, they don't care the integrity behind a coin. They're just going to add the coins to it so people can manage them in their wallets. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be someone who just, trashes on scam coins being in here, this is just so people can actually manage their wallet. And if they want to get rid of them, they can do so in the Ledger Live app. So pretty useful. Next piece of news for Cardano, if you haven't already heard, is about liquid finance. Just a really exciting application that's coming to Cardano. I've been talking about this for over a year now, and they have been making more progress. Figured I'd cover them in today's video as I'm very excited for them to launch after Vasil gets hard forked successfully onto the main network of Cardano. And I figured, why not just tell you about them again? Why not just show that they're making progress, because they're a great team. I think they deserve some recognition for that. And there is a lot of great teams on Cardano building that I don't show recognition to in this video, so sorry to all those. But Liquid Finance has been continuing to build their DeFi lending platform. I do think this is going to make capital a lot more efficient on Cardano and bring a lot of new people to use these tools and the set of lending and borrowing tools that Liquid will have to offer, which is why I think it's such a big deal, and such a high quality application like this needs to be done properly. Kind of similar to Maladex, their approach with their DEX, Liquid Finance is that super high quality lending and borrowing platform that will enable users to do a lot more on Cardano with limited capital, and actually benefit from being able to take loans and borrow without a credit score system and things like that. So as you can see here, Liquid Finance has done a lot in this weekly update. I'll let you pause the video and read it if you want. I'm not going to read it all out. I'm going to link Liquid Finance and anything I talk about in this video in the description if you want to check it out in further detail, including the Ledger article on what is Cardano native tokens and how are they getting listed into the Ledger Live app if you're interested. Also, I do have a link down in the description if you want to buy a Ledger. It's an affiliate link and I get a small commission if you decide to go through Ledger. But there's also other options like Treasury. Just make sure you're buying your hardware wallets from the official site and not from Amazon. Please, please, please. Just better safe than sorry in that regard. But yeah, bunch of dApps on Cardano are building, Liquid being one of them. Just wanted to show that they've been making a lot of progress, especially on the weekly, and doing a lot of things. And also talk about Cardano's long term, because these are short-term news updates. This video is kind of about short-term news updates, but in the long run, Cardano has been being built for a long time here. And it's important to remember what has been going on for a long time and what the plan has been all along. And that is that Cardano is not just here to front run all of the early investors and make a bunch of money, but rather tokenomics set up in a way that are for the long term. And the scarcity and all of these factors that make people go bananas now for price aren't really setting in for Cardano and boosting the price now, because that's not the purpose of ADA. That's not the purpose of Cardano's native asset ADA. The purpose is to bank, 1.7 billion people who are unbanked and do a lot of digital identity services and things like that, which makes more sense why we have a bigger supply. Things are more divisible. Things are just easier to work with. And especially if you're having billions of users onboarded, things are not nearly as inflated by the time you do so. So for Cardano, things have always been long-term, and maybe that's just my absolute maxi Cardano stance here. I don't know. I try to not be super maximalist. I do think the future is multi-chain, but long-term Cardano has planned things out, taken its time, and the dApps like Liquid Finance and all the other high-quality dApps on Cardano kind of follow that similar ethos and approach, which I think is very important. And something also to mention is that Cardano does have a treasury now worth, let's see, $500 million or nearly $1 billion ADA, and this grows every day by 7 million, 6 million, sometimes 5 million, sometimes more depending on transaction fees, and will be even increase even further the more we have transactions on the Cardano blockchain. But millions of ADA per day are added to this treasury for development funding, and pretty much solely development funding. That is the main purpose of the treasury. And that's huge. That's massive. That is constant additions for people to keep using Cardano, to develop on Cardano. Yes, sometimes maybe the treasury drives the price down, deploying, 20 million, 30 million at a time. Ultimately, not that much in the grand scheme of things compared to circulating supply, but enough still to get people to work on Cardano full time without needing to, consult someone or be in a business, but rather start things up themselves and build what they want to build, similar to liquid finance and a bunch of other things like DC Spark and layer 2 protocols like Mokamada using Catalyst to fund themselves majorly and just taking advantage of the Cardano protocol. Before I forget though, the purpose of me talking about this treasury was to let you know that you can vote for where these funds get used and where they get spent, which projects to get the funds and which projects actually are going to follow through with their plans. You can vote. I'm going to leave Big Pay's tweet here down in the description to just show you how to vote using Eternal Wallets. If you need any help, leave a comment below or search it up. There's tons of resources for how to vote with your Cardano. You do also get paid for voting in ADA. It's a small amount, but you still do get paid. It's pretty cool. So figured I would mention that. And also you get to decide who gets treasury funds for further development. So pretty good process. Really like it. It's getting more decentralized and better as we speak. Governance is a major part of Cardano, and this is a major part of that. I'm testing the waters there. So make sure you vote in Catalyst if you want to see where these funds are going, or if you want to have some direction and say in where the funds are going. Lastly, I want to mention that I have a somewhat, I would think so, transparency policy here on my YouTube channel. And recently I've been putting that into play. You can now track my every move with apewatch.app. Yes, I am benefiting from this. I am partnered with them. But in this partnership also offers me the ability to show you guys what I'm doing, my wallets, for my DGen NFT plays and more. So if you want to see that, I'll leave this link down in the description. It'll be linked to the basement. I do plan on adding more of my wallets to one profile when the feature is available. So all my wallets will be in one place. So make sure you stay tuned. Check out the ApeWatch app. I really like it. I'm partnered with them because I like it, not just because they're paying me, and they're not really paying me. Truthfully, we have a mutual agreement here because I think a lot of people could benefit from this. And so can you, so can I, from seeing your wallet, seeing other people's wallets, and just having more transparency across the globe here. So I'm not saying I'm not going to benefit from using ApeWatch, or I wouldn't, want you to use another app. I'm just saying that I think it's a good app. So give it a shot if you want. It's free to use. And that's it. But also, as you can see here, I have some dead pixels in my wallet. If you are someone who knows about dead pixels, has dead pixels, we are approaching the point where you can harvest your ding. If you don't know what that means, then that's fine. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been your friend Jack. Peace out.